Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stamp It Up with Jamie tonight on this Wednesday evening, June 30th, right before the new month. That is so exciting. There's something very exciting about a new month. It's almost like a fresh start. And there's so much fun and good and excitement coming in July. I am so excited about July. So come on in. Let me know you're watching, where you're watching from. My name is Jamie, and I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator from upstate New York, and I've been a demonstrator for about a little over 5 years now, and I just love sharing all things paper crafting with you, all things Stampin' Up! With you. So come on in. Thank you for joining me. Karen's here, and Amy's here. I have to say tonight's card came together like an hour and a half ago, and that's not usually how I roll. But I had one other card. I'm going to show it on Friday instead, not live, but over on my blog. I'm really excited, but I got the bug to try something new. So I'm going to make this card here for you today. Hi, Susan and Marissa. Kay's here. We have North Carolina, South Carolina. All the Carolinas are representing. How is everyone tonight? I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good evening, a good week, a good month, a good year. Is it possible? It is. It's 2020, but we can make the year memorable and awesome. So a couple things before I dive into tonight's card, and I promise you I'm going to. Just some kind of housekeeping things. Tomorrow, July 1st, starts a designer series paper sale. I am super stoked about the sale. I am stocking up. I am so low on so many of my designer series paper. It's scary. So, hey Lynn, thanks for joining me tonight. So tomorrow, 9 different designer series paper from the annual catalog are going to be 15% off. July 1st, I think it is to August 2nd. You can find all the details over at, where can you find? Over my blog, over basically a lot of places that I'm at. And that starts tomorrow. And here's the thing. I know some of you, when I say designer series paper, you get like this deer in headlights, like, I don't know what to do with it. I have so much of it already. I just don't ask me to buy more. So I'm here to help you. I want to help you use up your paper. I want to help you get new paper. And I want to hopefully show you some tips and tricks and maybe some different ways of using it that maybe you wouldn't have thought otherwise. Hey, Lindsay, thanks for coming in tonight and joining me. So tomorrow, for the month of July, anybody that places an order of $25, or if you buy 2 packs of cardstock, of designer series paper in the month, I just cracked my knuckles. I'm so sorry if you heard that. Or if you buy 2 packs of designer series paper, I am going to give you my 9 tips for using designer series paper. There are 9 different tips, and each tip comes with a card that puts that tip into practice. And so these are different ways to use it, fun ways. I'm not going to give away any of the secrets because you got to place your order. You got to order your packs of designer series paper, or you have to be part of my team. If you are part of my art and soul team, you will automatically get these 9 tips. Otherwise, you have to place an order of $25 or order at least 2 packs of designer series paper in your order. Hi, Christina. Thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. And let me tell you, you're going to want it. So mark your calendars, figure out what paper you want now, and get those orders in, okay? Second thing I want to tell you, if you get my weekly tips and updates email, this went out on Tuesday, that I have, Karen, I was just about to mention that. You are absolutely, everyone is allowed. Okay, so let me introduce, say what I'm talking about. So I have created a summer 2021 stamping bingo, okay? I love games, I love stamping, I love summer, I want it all, and so let's just have some fun. And so I've created a summer bingo for us, and there's 16 boxes. Is that what they're called? Bingo squares. You know me, I don't know words. Bingo squares, in total 16 of different things for you, different kinds of cards, different kinds of projects, different things to include in your cards. 16 different squares for you to play along with. It's just a fun way for us to be playing with our goodies and making cards and projects over the summer. It's just a way to keep us going. And if you're a little bit of competitive like I am, I'm very competitive. I'm like, I am going to get my bingo board full. I am determined. So you can find my summer bingo if you go to Jaimie B, Jaimie, you have to spell it right. Thank you, Mom and Dad. JaimieB.com. You will see one of the options that says like, let's stamp, smile, and shine. If you go over there, you will see the article. Actually, I think I have it pinned there. I take that back. If you go to JaimieB.com, I think it's the very first option is to play along with my summer bingo, okay? And guess what? You can't play bingo without prizes. Of course, you need prizes. So anyone that plays along with bingo will win something, will get something from me. I'm trying to remember what it was. I put it out a long time ago. I believe it's 5-card PDF tutorials using product from the brand new July to December catalog, okay? So play along with Stamping Bingo. You get bingo just like traditional bingo. You get down, across, or diagonal, or you fill the board, okay? In addition to my free PDF that you're gonna win just for playing along with me and getting bingo of some sort, I'm gonna throw all your names into a hat and one lucky winner will win a free stamp set from me. And there's different ways that you can get entries into that the free stamp, and you can find all those details over at JaimieB.com. Again, click on the option that says Summer 2021 Stamping Bingo. It rolls right off the tongue. So that's going on. Lots of fun. That will run from July through August. August 30th will be the last day. 31st will be the last day. And then we'll draw a lucky winner to win a free stamp set. So, like I said, so much fun happening in July. So much fun. Right, Rosie? So much fun. I hope you play along. I hope you will. I try to pick like different fun things and things. Oh, here's the thing. It's 1 card per square. So even though one card might meet the criteria for different cards or different boxes, excuse me, it's 1 card per box. So if you're going to fill your board, you have to make 16 cards. Totally doable. You can do that on a weekend with your eyes closed. Okay, maybe with your eyes open. Okay, so this is my card I have for us tonight. Like I said, I literally made it like an hour and a half ago. I didn't want to make that other card I designed, and I have 2. You guys resoundingly picked floral, so I'm going to show you the other one, but we're going to make the floral one tonight. I'm going to flip the camera around. Just give me a moment. I usually struggle a little bit, so just bear with me, and as soon as I get the camera flipped, we'll start making tonight's card. Okay, sorry about that. I was tightening it instead of loosening it. That's not going to help me at all. Oh, it's like slowly drooping. Hopefully it doesn't just come. I don't think it's going to fall. I think it's just kind of sagging a little. Okay. Hello, Debbie from North Carolina. Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I am super, super, super excited. I have wanted to earn one for a very long time now, and I have had my eyes on it, and I didn't think this was going to be the year, but lo and behold, here we are. So I'm super excited. Thank you to all my customers and my team. My heart is just absolutely full of joy and gratitude. So thank you. Okay, so here's tonight's cards. I thought I would use Designer Series paper. Heck, we have the sale starting tomorrow, and it's a very, very, very simple fun fold. Okay, that's kind of that's my jam. Simple fun folds. If you want amazing, glamorous, show-stopping, wow fun folds, you need to check out Karen. She's here. She's watching. At least I think she is. And you can find her at Creative Stamping Designs. Because she does amazing, amazing work. She goes live on Wednesdays at 4 Eastern Standard Time, and you can catch her amazing fun folds. a little plug. She usually matches her fingernail color to her cards. So that's like half the fun, right? Like to see what her nails are going to look like that week. Anyways, I stick to simple fun folds. So there she is there. You can find her Creative Stamping Designs. So I started off with the wild one. And if you notice, something is wrong with my design. Something is wrong with my paper. Can anyone figure out what's wrong with my paper here? I did a oops on one of my patterns, but it's a simple belly band. I love a belly band. And then it just kind of unfolds to that. Okay. I don't have the coordinating bundle that goes with this paper, so I couldn't really zhuzh up the inside. But I don't know. I just love the paper. The paper did all the work. And this is one of my favorite things about Designer Series paper is that it does the work for us. You put beautiful paper down with a simple mat on a card, and that's really all you need. Okay. So this one here uses see, I have my catalog here because I knew I was going to need it. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Denise. This uses the In the Wild Designer Series paper. So I think I used, let's see here. I used like all the patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the same one. 5. I used 5 patterns in total. Okay. And you don't see anything wrong with it. You sure, Karen? You gotta look. Maybe something wrong with this one? No? I'm so glad you don't pick up on it because, okay, so I basically made seaweed instead of like hanging tropical vines. So this paper is supposed to be reversed. I made seaweed like they were coming up out of the ground instead of them hanging as they're supposed to be. So I suppose I could have the card fold out this way, but it seems a little backwards. So, oh well, we have seaweed with animal print. And here's the thing, because I didn't have the coordinating bundle and stamp set that goes with this, I pulled the Wildly Grateful. Oh, really? I pulled the Wildly Grateful from the lovely You Stamp set. Someone else, I saw a design, another demo using, I thought that's brilliant. I'm totally mixing that sentiment with this paper. So that's where that came from. And it's a much smaller sentiment for the sized label I'm using. So I just stapled in a little bit of ribbon to the side there. Climbing vines? I think they're hanging vines. Jungle weeds. Okay, we're calling them jungle weeds. Susan to the rescue. Yes, I don't know. I really think they're supposed to be hanging. I guess the only way to know would be to look at the paper that's behind. Oh, it's a pattern. I was going to say maybe the pattern behind it will tell us which way it's supposed to go. But anywho, the fact that you guys didn't pick up on that makes me feel a little better. I did that, and I honestly tried to lift it up, but it was down for good, so whatever. Okay, so this is, everybody said florals. We're making florals. That's where we're going. Okay, so same concept, same idea. The only thing is I didn't do another piece of designer paper here. A belly band comes off, and I wanted to do something just a little different, and you're going to have to tell me, do you like it this way? Or do you like it the way I have it with the other card? But this one, I have it like a book. So I adhered them together so that it's like one. So like that. And then I just did a simple greenery up here and then a simple one down here and then that stamp. So again, I let the Designer Series paper do all the work for me. It's beautiful. There's no need to hide it tremendously. We can let it just kind of stand on its own. And just, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let the paper do all the work with a little bit of detail. Bam, you're done. So do you like the book or do you prefer the accordion? I kind of like them both. I went back and forth. You all discuss amongst yourselves and whatever one the majority say, that's what we'll do. I kind of like the book too. It was different. It was just different. So let's dive in. I'm going to throw lots of measurements at you. So if you are interested in replicating this fun fold, make sure you take notes because I don't write down my measurements. I just spew them talking. Okay, so here we go. I know, I like them both too, Karen. I couldn't decide. That's why I did one way and one the other. Okay. So the first cardstock measurement you're going to need is Highland Heather. Okay. This is 5.5 by 11. Okay. And then you're going to want your score tool here because, I mean, you could use your trimmer. There is a scoring blade on your trimmer. But whenever I'm doing a fun fold and I have a bunch of ones to mark at once, I just like using my scorer here. Okay. So 5.5 by 11. Everyone, I think the majority are saying book. I thought it was just kind of neat too. So maybe that's what we'll go with. And then you're going to make three score marks. You're going to do 1 3/4, 4 1/4, and 6 3/4. Okay. Again, 1 3/4, 4 1/4, 6 3/4. Don't put it too far out of reach. You're going to need it again. And then we're going to just do a little mountain and valley with this. So that one goes that way. And then this one goes this way. Oops, there we go. And then this one goes this way. And there we have the bones of my very simple, anyone can replicate, super easy, fun fold. Whether you want to go accordion or we can make it a book. Either way, it's the same measurements. Okay. Next, we got to get cutting. I already cut, but you would need to get cutting. A bunch of not whisper white. No, not whisper white. Basic white card cuts or cardstock cuts. So you need 2. They are all going to be 5 1/4 high. Okay. So you need 2 that are 1.5 by 5 1/4. You need 2 that are 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then you need 1 that is 4 by 5 1/4. Let me say that again, because I don't write these down. I just say it. You need 2 that are 1.5 by 5 1/4, 2 that are 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, and 1 that is 4 by 5 1/4. They're all 5 1/4 high. Okay. Then you're going to need to pick out your favorite designer series paper. Now, here's the thing. If you stick to a pack, so in this case, I'm using where is it? Here it is, the hand pen designer series paper. There's so many beautiful ones to choose from, but I'm sticking with this pack. If you stick with this pack, they're all going to pretty much coordinate with one another. It makes card designing so easy. Okay. So you need 2 patterns that are, here come the measurements, ready? Here we go. 1 3/8 by 5 1/8. They're all going to be 5 1/8 high. So 1 3/8, 5 1/8, 2 patterns. You need, okay. You need 2 patterns. I thought I did something wrong. You need 2 patterns that are 2 1/8 by 5 1/8. And then you need 1 pattern, which is 1 3/4 by 5 1/8. Okay, so these are, so you get an idea what is what. These guys here are this flap here. These 2 are this flap. And then this one is this flap, this kind of one in the background. So 1 3/8 by 5 1/8, 2 1/8 by 5 1/8, and 1 3/4 by 5 1/8. And all we're going to do, this is why I love designer series paper. You're going to just adhere, mat and adhere, mat and adhere. One over the next. So I would love to know from you guys, do you guys enjoy using designer series paper? And if so, which one is a favorite of yours? Designer, I mentioned it, I think in my blog or on my newsletter. I forget where I wrote it, but designer series paper was the very, very first thing I ever bought from Stampin' Up! Because, hello, it's gorgeous and I love it. Then I realized, well, that's great and lovely, but I should probably get some stamps and ink and cardstock as well, and not just designer series paper. So those quickly followed. But the very, very, very first thing I bought, oh, I wish I knew what the pattern was. Wouldn't that be fun if I could remember that? You're right. Not with this memory. I can't even remember what I walked into a room for. You've finally gotten over hoarding it. I know it can be really hard because it's beautiful, right? You're like, oh, it's so pretty. I don't want to cut it up. But you absolutely should cut it up. And then if you run out, you just buy more. Okay, so now we've matted our 4. Okay, and then, well, actually we can do that one too. This guy over here, the 1 3/4, is going to go in the corner of the 4 by 5 1/4. It's the one that kind of pokes out from behind. Ooh, don't commit. There we go. Okay, so this one here is our inside. Doot, doot. Does anybody have any fun plans for 4th of July this weekend? Anybody doing anything fun? I hope everyone stays safe. Safe but fun. Fun safe, right? We're going to Friends. We go every year, and it's literally my second favorite holiday of the whole year. Second to Thanksgiving. I just have so much fun. That's not what I want to do. That's the wrong pattern. Caught myself. That's what happens when I talk and stamp. I make errors. Okay, so that one's going to go there. This one that I already almost adhere down is going to go here. Okay. Also a reminder that my Stamp Camp in a Box is still open for registration. It is filling up. So if you are interested in signing up for my Stamp Camp in a Box, that registration will close July 9th. Next Friday? Next Friday, I think. So you have a couple more days, a little over a week. So if you are interested, all the details again are at jamieb.com. Okay, so there's our accordion, or book, if we want to make it a book, and we can. I think everybody, the majority, I think, said book, so we'll go book. Okay, so we have our panels done, okay? So if you wanted to leave it accordion, you just don't do the next piece. But an accordion, I mean, a book is really fun, is what I mean. So I'm using Terran tape, and I love this stuff. It's super duper strong. Anytime I do a 3D project or I want something to really, really stick, this is the adhesive. This is my go-to adhesive. The hardest part about this adhesive is getting that little clear backing off. That honestly is the hardest part to using it. Ooh, and you know, if you choose to like throw it across the room. And see, you just can like literally rip it with your fingers. Okay, so I have the 4 parts. This is literally the hard part, like catching it and pulling it. Just pull off the backings. The backings, I guess it is plural. Come on. Okay. Ooh, it's so sticky. It's even like super sticky on my finger. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, so all I'm going to do is literally fold this back and press. Fold and press, fold and press, and you have your book. How fun is that? Oh, I love it. It's so fun. So fun. Okay, let's work on our band. I'm going to work on the stamped images, and then we're going to sort of put the band together. The hand-penned petals, such a tongue twister, hand-penned petals. I'm using this guy here, and then I'm going to use the sentiment congratulations. I am going to stamp. Okay, do you want to see my, this is such an odd, gosh, I would never put these colors together. My color palette for tonight. Wow, this is so not Jamie colors. First of all, we have Daffodil Delight. Okay, yellow, we can get over it. Highland Heather and Garden Green. Garden Green is a green I rarely use. It's probably my least used green, but I'm using it. Go figure. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking today. That's what I get for coming up with a design like within an hour of going live. It just, I pick all these colors that I would never have usually picked. So I'm stamping that floral image in Memento Black. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Rosie. No problem, Joy. Catch you later. Have a good evening. Oh, Terry, you'll have to show me your result. I would love to see how it comes out. So I'm stamping that in Memento Black, the floral, oops, hold on, there we go. And I don't have these mounted. Hold on, give me a second. I did not mount my leaf nor nothing. There's some good English, nor nothing. I need that one. I need the leaf. And I need, not that one, this one, this floral. And then the baby leaf I'm going to do too. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't have any of my florals mounted. So this top floral, I'm going to stamp in Highland Heather. I'm going to stamp off for all my inks to give a lighter shade. Okay, I think this is more in line to the shades that are used in the designer paper. Oops. Now it is artistic, so it's not going to color directly in the petals. Okay, and you're not stamping it wrong. That is how it's supposed to look. That's the look it gives. The bigger flower here is going to be Daffodil Delight. For a second there, I thought I was saying the wrong name. And I'm going to stamp off again and catch that one. And then for my leaves, I'm going to stamp in Garden Green. It is the green that is primarily used in the paper. And so I thought I would just get over my fear of Garden Green and just use it. Garden Green and Daffodil Delight. Like, what's going on? What is in the air tonight? So I'm stamping off. And then one down here below. And then there's like this little tiny spot. I'm going to use the little tiny leaf. It's itty bitty, but it fits pretty perfect. Okay, perfect. Rose, you have a hard time with that. You just got to do it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. It's artistic. It actually makes stamping really easy because then you don't have to worry about getting it perfect and all lined up, and you can really whip out more cards that way because of the look. But I get it. I hear you. Kind of goes against everything that we've tried to do, right? Be precise and do it right. Okay, the penned flowers dies coordinate with the hand penned. Look at this. This is a hot mess. With the hand penned stamp set. They are a bundle, so you'll save the 10% when you buy them together. And I just realized I didn't cut enough of my leaves. Let me get some cardstock. Hold on. Will that fit? That's not going to fit. That's not going to fit. What am I thinking? Hold on. Well, I have a couple like little pieces. Oh, that'll totally fit. I'm using that one. Okay, so to cut this out, I'm going to use the die that goes with it. Line it up, run it through. Like so. Hopefully. We'll see. If not, I'll do it again. I think we're good. Oh, we are totally good. And then I forgot to cut out one of the leaves, so let me just do that quickly. I only did one, and I needed two. These leaves are for the inside, so I cut one out already ahead of time, but I forgot to cut the other one. And these guys, I literally just adhered one on the inside here with some liquid glue. Yeah, I do too, Denise. They're super easy to use, and they just kind of give a nice look to them. I agree. This I'm going to adhere down with some liquid glue. I don't want to go too big because I don't want it showing past my little flap here. Okay, I want it kind of hidden. And then this guy I'm going to do in the corner, bottom corner, like so. Just to add a little detail. You really don't have to do anything, but you could use any leaf image that you have. Okay, now let's work on the belly band. I'm going to give you those measurements. So I have another piece of Highland Heather. This is 1.5 by 10 inches. So if you take our standard cardstock, you're just going to cut an inch off the end. I'm going to do some scoring again. So here we go. If you're writing down measurements, this is 1.5 by 10. Sorry, that looked a little shy. And I am going to score it at 2 1/8, right? I wrote down my notes. 2 1/8, 2 1/4, so back to back, and then 6 1/2. You don't necessarily have to do the back to the back, to the back, but when you put your belly band on your card, it is definitely significantly thicker on this side. That is why I scored it 2 two back to back because it only almost makes like this little square end to it. So it's easier to get the card back in. You don't have to do it that way, but I would suggest it. So, see, it makes like this little like square. You know what I mean? Okay. Then I'm going to use a little bit of my tear and tape again. Now, here's the thing. One flap is going to be longer. So see how it ends here? I want the shorter flap coming over because that seam is going to be in the middle. If your seam is in the middle, then the flower that we put on the belly band here is going to cover that seam. And this is what I do. So I put a little bit of tear and tape there. I'm literally going to have my card in my hand while I put the belly band on because I want to make sure I leave enough wiggle room. So I don't want to do this flush. I don't want to lay this down and then seal it because you will make it too tight. I want to put my card in and then almost like with the flap up just a little bit, there's some wiggle room there, get my adhesive on it. And that way I still have enough wiggle room to get my band on and off, okay? Let's put things together. I could have put another panel of designer series paper here. I did that with in the wild card and I like it. I think it fits this kind of a card really nicely. But with my flower, I don't know. I wanted a little, I don't know. I didn't want to go that route. I didn't. I didn't want to go that route and I didn't. So I took some of the Highland Heather. I never know. You guys always correct me. Grosgrain? Is that how you say that? I don't know. I know it's not grosgrain. And anyways, whatever it's called. And I'm going to just trim that down. I'll give you the measurement. So this is about 8.5 inches wide, and I'm going to adhere it down with some more tear and tape. I'm going to put some tear and tape right in the middle. That's going to catch the back and keep it from slipping. Oops. I was going to adhere it down without even taking the backing off. That's not right. Did I? It just sounds like such a weird word. It doesn't sound natural when I say it. I might do too, Susan. Isn't it so pretty? It's got like this little shimmer going through it. Almost, I want to say silver. Like this little metallic makes it shiny and pretty. So I'm going to catch the back. And then I'm going to take just a little bit more tear and tape and catch the front. Now, this part doesn't matter because my circle, my floral image is going to hide that. So I'm going to just wrap that over, catch that, wrap this over, and catch that. Okay. Then I use the Hippo and Friends dies. Okay. These are so fun, okay? Even if you're not into unicorns and lambs and what else is it? Butterflies, hippopotamuses, even if you're not into any of that, the dies are gorgeous, okay? They are beautiful for layering. There's multiple sizes of the different designs. Mine's been well loved. So where's the one I used tonight? So we have 3 different layers, 3 different kind of designs, and then there's 3 of each. You can layer them up over each other or whatever, but I just think they're so fun. I love these. If you do not have these, you need them. Hippo and Friends dies. Now, normally I would put it on like this and whatever, right? And then I thought, I wonder what it would look like on an angle. I've always done it this way. And I'm like, I think it would actually look kind of pretty. And so that's what I ended up doing, like that. I've never done that before with this die. Excuse me. But I really like it. So that's what I went with. That's what we're going to go with. Oh, thanks, Denise. I'm so glad you like it. That makes me so happy. You'll have to try it. It's super easy. I love belly bands. They're just kind of a different way of making a card with another special kind of uniqueness to it, right? It's not just your average card. So if I can, oh, this is going to give me trouble. I can see it. So you got to get this off without pulling the ribbon. I should have put it on the back of that, honestly. That would have been smart. Okay, so this way. I'm going at an angle because why not? How fun is that? Then I'm going to load this up with dimensionals, literally. Lots and lots of dimensionals because I can and I want to. It'll really, if I were to only put them in like certain areas and not load it up, it may kind of sink a little bit because the belly band does curve a little. So I am going to generously put dimensionals on this thing. And then I'm using mini ones to kind of get, whoops, the new manicure dimensionals. Okay, I think that does it. We'll see. Kind of want to put more. If I don't have to tie a bow, I'm good. Hey, Denise, I am with you 100%. I am not a fan of bow tying. I love knots. I love, where is it? Where's my In the Wild? I already lost my card. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. It's to my right. I love doing this kind of thing where literally I just staple it in. So easy. No bow needed. Just like a nice little detail without having to tie a bow. I should do that. Like my top favorite ways to use ribbon without tying bows because I do not like to tie a bow either. Okay, I took all my dimensional backings off. I'm going to use my doodah because I can see better. Okay, I'm going to catch that. Almost done. Let's fit this in while I do the rest of it. Okay, and then here's the thing. I almost left it just like this. I almost left it and walked away and thought, I'm not going to put a sentiment because you know what I do? I do it all the time. And I tell you, I make cards, but I don't think ahead of time about where I want to put a sentiment. And then I end up making the card, loving how it looks and not wanting to put a sentiment on it. But anyways, I forced myself to add a sentiment to the front. You don't have to. You could always just add it in the inside. I'm going to go with congratulations because I wanted a nice thin sentiment. I am stamping it on a way bigger piece of basic white than I need. But as I said Tuesday, or gosh, that was yesterday. Gosh, it feels like so much longer ago. When I stamp a really thin sentiment, I usually don't cut it out and then stamp. I usually stamp and then cut it out. So I stamp that at the bottom. I'm going to line up my trimmer, give it a haircut. And I guess I can try and snip these straight. If not, I'll just go back and fix it with my trimmer. I just am not... I can fussy cut anything, but to cut a straight line, forget about it, right? That's where the challenge is. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I totally didn't cut that one straight. How bad is it? It's not terrible. We're going to go with it. I think it's doable. And then I'm going to use mini dimensionals. I'm going to put one here and one here so it catches the flowers underneath, just to give it just a little bit of a lift, and we were going to be done. Okay, so as you're watching this, if you would like a chance to win tonight's card, if you haven't left a comment yet, quickly do so. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to pop all your names in a hat, and one lucky person will win tonight's card. It does fit in a standard envelope. You may want to put 2 stamps on it just because it will, it's a little thicker, especially with the dimensionals and the fold and everything like that. And I'm going to go right there. Okay, there you have it. My super, super easy, super simple, fun fold with a fun belly band that you pull off, and then a book style flap. I guess that's what you want to call it. I have no idea. Whatever you want to call this, I'm good. Card. So I think this is super fun. It's a great way to use your designer series paper. Let the paper, the pretty paper, do all the work for you. And this is easily replicatable. I did it in no time between the 2 cards. So definitely try it out. I'd love to see how you make out. Lots of fun things happening in July. Keep in mind, jamieb.com. You can find almost just about everything using that link. If you have any questions, certainly let me know. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope to see you back next week. Same time, same place. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye.